Well, the British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak's popularity ratings are at an all-time low, even within his own cabinet ranks, and according to a latest survey, that is. The current Prime Minister has received a net satisfaction rating of -2.7 among the Tory party members. This is the first time that Sunak has moved to the negative territory after moving down to the 10th spot last year. This is not the first time that he has received a negative score either. The British leader got a similar rating back in 2022 when he was still Chancellor, making the leader of the Conservative Party one of the 9 ministers, including the Deputy Prime Minister, with the lowest ratings in the survey. The question mark on Rishi Sunak's popularity comes right after the Prime Minister grabbed headlines for transparency-related questions around party donations and air travel expenses. The concern around transparency surfaced when there were reports that the Sunak-led party filed improper declarations for over $100,000 in the last 8 months. Alex Izat is joining us live for the very latest on Rishi Sunak and his troubles. Well, Alex, what is it really? His ratings down within his own parties, where several question marks about, the use of expensive, air travel, as well as question marks on his donation usage of money for the party.
Oh, absolutely. There does seem to be a lot of backbenchers within the Conservative Party that do seem to be against Rishi Sunak, but they seem that they were very much for Boris Johnson. So it's not necessarily that they don't like Rishi Sunak and the way that he is dealing with the government, but that they are still very much big fans of Boris Johnson, and they are very upset at what happened with regards to him stepping down as Prime Minister. But Rishi Sunak will be facing the Liaison Committee later today, and he's going to be answering a lot more specific questions than he usually does at Prime Minister's questions. He will go through all of those 5 promises and priorities that he made to the country when he became Prime Minister, and he will be questioned about how they're going. Now, that was to promise to cut the NHS waiting lists, that was to stop small boats coming over, and it was to improve the economy and halve inflation. And obviously, when looking at those 5 priorities, it doesn't look like that many have been achieved just yet. And of course, we've had real problems within the Conservative Party themselves, with many resigning. And not long ago, Lord Zach Goldsmith, he left, and he said as he was leaving that the Prime Minister did not care much about the climate, which is a real concern for Rishi Sunak, because he has been really adamant about pushing net zero. So to have one of his MPs say that about him, he will have to answer those questions later today. So it does feel like a lot of backbenchers are really against him, but no matter what he has been doing, it does seem that there is always another part of the Tories that seem to be very much against him, whether it's about immigration, whether it's about NHS. And really, when we're coming up to a time that we've got the general election coming in a few years, potentially next year or 2024, that the Conservative Party do really need to start banding together, because right now they are just fueling the opposition party to gain more in the polls.
Right, absolutely. Certainly acting like the opposition party within the Tory, as factions within the factions, and certainly Rishi Sunak at the receiving end of that. Alex Izat, thanks very much. Appreciate you joining us.